now we have 5 partners, and they are partially implementing the quality standards. And our plans to reach more than this. The plan is to reach more than 70 orphanages during the coming 3 years.
Are you having these 5 orphanages as a pilot program?
As a pilot program.
Right.
For us, when we go to other orphanages and we introduce the idea, we tell them, come and see the pilot project. It's working, it can be done, and you can be part of this.
So do you have one complete ideal orphanage right now?
Right now we don't have the one complete thing because it's a process. It takes certain years to be accomplished, and also it depends on the size of the orphanage. So now, as I said, it's partially implemented, but within the coming few years we are hoping to have this ideal orphanage.
Right. What are your plans to implement this not only in Cairo, I mean in all the governorates of Egypt, which is not an easy job? How are you planning to do this, to implement the new standards of orphanages in all Egypt?
In Wطنية we have 3 units. The first unit is the development and accreditation, which through this unit we try to develop and implement the quality standards. The second unit, referring to your question, is the training unit. And in the training unit we have lots of people come and have our trainings, and they come from different governorates. So we're hoping that when they go back to their governorates, they can apply part of it. And then in the future, we're hoping to have different people coming and have the certificate that we are applying for. So they can be part of it, and they are able to implement it in different places.
Right, we have a caller online. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, would you please introduce yourself?
My name is Wael. I would like to thank you for a very nice episode.
Right.
And I would like to ask your guest something.
Of course, go ahead.
First, I would like to congratulate them on the magnificent effort they're doing, and that they're doing something great for Egypt and Egyptians. And I would like to ask her, what if someone wants to volunteer or be a part of helping you on your work, or helping an orphanage or something? How can he apply? Is this through a website, or through a number, or what?
Amira, did you hear the question?
Yes, yes, sure. He can visit our website, which is www.amanegypt.org. Aman is AMAN, Egypt. Or he can visit the Facebook page. He can just write جمعية وطنية لتنمية وتطوير دور الأيتام, and he will find all the volunteering opportunities, and we welcome him in advance when he comes.
Right, and this is also for everyone who would like to join or volunteer in this new society for orphanages, the Wطنية Society. And we'll be saying this email address and Facebook address at the end of before the end of this episode, right?
Sure.
Okay, would you tell me, Amira, how did you measure the success of your program?
Yes, we had a cooperation with one of the consultancy companies in Egypt. We had this idea, we have the standards, and we went to them and we said, we want professional indicators to be able to measure our success. So we have just finalized the project. It took around 3 months, and we now have we have now a complete methodology with indicators, factor of success, how to measure it, and then the recommendation and work plans. So in the future, orphanages can assess themselves and can have automatically generating recommendation and work plan where they can work totally with no support, from no one, and they can work على طول.
Right, I would like to know, are you applying these standards on all orphanages? I mean, are you planning to apply these standards on all orphanages in Egypt, all state-owned orphanages, or you're working in private-owned orphanages? We
started with the privately owned orphanages because reaching them was more easier, and they were already convinced that they have challenges and they want to improve it. But our plans is with cooperating with the ministry and other organizations in the field to be able to implement it in all orphanages and all institutional homes. So it's through cooperation we would be able to do it يعني with other طبعا institutions.
Right. How did the Ministry of Social Solidarity, for example, cooperate with you? How did the other international organizations dealing with children like the United Nations, UNICEF, how did they respond to your new program?
They had different programs related to the same cause, so we approached each other, and we succeeded that we did a good cooperative action last June 2013. We had a workshop that was organized by وطنية, UNICEF, and SAVE, and the main purpose of this workshop is to unify the quality standard, to have national quality standards. And then the action afterwards is that we worked with one of the departments of the ministry, which is the childhood and motherhood department, and we worked with them for the past 8 months to have unified quality standards. And now the weighted action is to have a ministerial decree issued by the minister to have it mandatory quality standards to all orphanages in Egypt. So the ministerial decree is the action that we are working towards it now.
So from the ministerial decree, you will start implementing this new project in all governorates of Egypt?
Hopefully, yes.
Right. So hopefully the Ministry of Social Solidarity would cooperate with you to finalize this decree, of course, which is very critical to you. I would also like to know from where does the وطنية Society get its funds?
We have our funds from local partners. We have lots of partnership with private sector as companies and banks. These are the main funds. And also we have funds from individual donors. And most importantly, which we would like to highlight, is the in-kind contribution. Because we have lots of partnership with companies that if we will go to them and pay for these services, we will pay a lot of money. So we're trying now to advocate for volunteering with your competency. So if you're, for example, as yourself, if you're a TV presenter,
right,
you would advocate for the cause. If you are working in the financial management, you would come and help us in the financial management. So everybody can volunteer and help with their competencies. It's not only about money and funds.
Right. Amira, how can we promote social work among youth in Egypt? How do you think we can promote and enhance this idea among the younger generation, the university students? How can we encourage them to volunteer in social work?
I think it starts with the university. We have to encourage all the activities and clubs and initiatives that come from the universities and give them the support. Whether the support is financial or even technically, because it's not, as we said, it's not only, most of the time people say it's financial challenges. It's not. Sometimes they need technical support. Sometimes they need mentoring. They need some people who are older a bit from them, and they can help and guide them. So it's university, mentoring, technical support, and sometimes they need physical places to meet. So these kind of supporting mechanisms, I think, will help to improve the volunteering in Egypt.
Right, Amira, would you tell me what are your plans on the social level, your personal plans, and what are your plans for the وطنية Society also?
Well, I'll start with وطنية.
Okay.
My dream for وطنية is to have this ministerial decree, which will act like a step for all orphanages to start implementing the quality standards, and one day we'll have all orphanages in Egypt are applying the quality standards and are up to the international ones, and the young people within those orphanages are happy. Because this is like the ultimate thing, is to be happy and to have equal opportunities like other people. And this is what we are trying to do through another program that we have, which is called Forza. And this is the other dream, is to have like mini Forzas in different orphanages, because Forza is focusing on raising the self-esteem of young people in orphanages. So it's about the self-esteem and social integration.
Right, Amira, we have some photos on the screen in front of you. You can. Would you tell us your comment on these photos?
Well, these are some photos from Forza, the one that we were just talking about. Forza program is focusing on young people inside the orphanages. Our target group is from 15 to 25 years old, and the main aim is to have to raise the self-esteem of the young people and to be socially integrated within the communities. So these are some photos we had. We started with a self-discovery workshop, and the self-discovery aimed at discovering their talents and their hopes and their dreams. And then we had another phase, which is self-development, which had different workshops in writing, photography, filmmaking. And then the last phase, which is training or internship in one of the companies or NGOs. And the program, it had been there for 2 years now, and we're starting the new cohort next April.
Right, before we wrap it up, Amira, would you like to say the Facebook and Twitter and your email address another time, and your site, of course?
Of course. Our website is www.aman, A-M-A-N, Egypt. It's amanegypt.org. And our email is وطنية, WATANEYA, @amanegypt.org as well. And of course, our Facebook page, they can just search for جمعية وطنية, and they will find us on Facebook.
Of course, this is for any volunteers who would like to join a charity work for orphanages in Egypt. Amira Hussam, وطنية Development and Accreditation Manager, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, with this we wrap up this edition of Today's Youth. Many thanks for watching.